Mo Salah with another wonder goal in the Premier League, almost identical to that he scored against Manchester City 2 weeks ago. 5-0 rout for Liverpool, top of the league. A Bobby Firmino hat-trick, and they look absolutely scintillating. A lot still left to be desired when it comes to Watford and what Claudio Ranieri has got to do there. But today is about Liverpool, scintillating, stylish, absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Do us a big favor today and smash that like button for it. It's really important to the terrace that you get that done, especially as we have a couple of trolls at the minute. I do know who it is. It's a couple of fairly prominent YouTubers. Them and some of their fans are coming to all our streams before we go live and hitting the dislike button. So please support the terrace and hit that like button for us. Really important that you do that. We're going to open up the lines for you to come on and have your say as well. And also the first of many, hopefully this week, of my Bet Victor shouts coming in. The first one we had, the first game was Liverpool to win and over 3.5 goals. So that's going well. Also, but what a game. I need to start with Mo Salah. I have to again speak about Mo Salah today because there's two things I've got to address here. Firstly, I told you all how good he was. I told each and every single person just how good this man was. And for years on the terrace, when people have said things like, he's not that good a dribbler. He doesn't have much skill. He's a goal scorer mainly. He scores a few good goals, but a lot of tap-ins and blah, blah, blah. The pass for Mane's opening goal, if Messi's doing that, if KDB's doing that, if Pogba's doing that, we're gushing over it. The fact that the goal he scored today was identical to the one against City, and he's done that 5, 6, 7 times in the Premier League is phenomenal. His dribbling ability, his technical ability on the ball is absolutely top end. Absolutely top end, top class from Mohamed Salah. The second element is this. I saw this in Twitter throughout the course of the game. And I'm not going to lie, it was rattling me. And I'm a Man United fan, and it was rattling me. When people, this is what I call about Johnny-come-latelys. The Overton window. They're like, oh, it's the best I've ever seen Mo Salah. Where's this Mo Salah come from? I'm really falling in love with this Mo Salah. What do you mean, this Mo Salah? This has been Mo Salah since he joined Liverpool. Nothing he's doing now is new. He's in amazing form, but nothing is new. Jokers, put your hands up and say, I underrated Mo Salah. I didn't give him his flowers. And now everybody else is. I want to look like I got ball knowledge. So I'm coming to the party. Put your hands up. Hold your hands up. You were wrong about Mo Salah. He has always been of this level. Top class. We have some super chats here. First of all, Daniel here says, this is Mo Salah's world. We're just lucky to be living in it, is what Daniel says. You're not too far wrong there, my friend. God here says, Firmino hat-trick. Mane hits 100. I forgot about that achievement. Congratulations to Mane. Salah equals Drogba's goals with around 90 less appearances. One more to best ever. And Drogba was in front of goal, not out wide. And Mohamed Salah is clutch as well. Remember that about Mohamed Salah. He is absolutely clutch as well. A-Specs says, Terry, massive big up for the respect you put on Salah's name. You've been consistent with it all for the last 4 years. Thank you for recognizing that, A-Spec. And listen, I'm a Man United fan. I love my club. I'll say what I need to at times. I'll banter my rivals. I don't have agendas. I've always said he's top class. Why? Because he's been top class. When Liverpool were the best team in England, best team in the world, I said you were the best team in the world. When you had 18 months when you weren't, I said you weren't. Like, people have got to learn that not everything that comes out of a rival's mouth is salt. I don't know. My opinions may not always be right, but there is no agenda ever. But there we go. Absolutely brilliant. Terry, big up. At least you can admit it. Of course I can admit it. You're just stupid if you try and deny how good Mo Salah is. And you look even more stupid if you start pretending now like you didn't know this for the past 4 or 5 years. It's only now, like I said to a lot of people when it comes to these legacy debates. When it comes to these legacy debates, it's about popularity. Player of the year, player of the month, GOATs. What's popular? What's a popular debate? You know, the reason I'm back in the Jorginho thing right now is because 15 years ago, I was calling players like Michael Carrick some of the best centre-backs in the Prem because they weren't jumping into tackles with their studs showing or scoring screamers. People didn't want to recognise it. Football's changed. What people like to focus on has changed. And suddenly, players like that are fashionable. It's all about fashion with most people. I'm not like that. It's probably why I'm not that successful an influencer, because I don't go with the fashion. I just say what I think and feel. But a brilliant, brilliant result today for Liverpool, no doubt. They go top of the table as well, which is going to be absolutely massive for them. It really is. We're going to go to some calls in a minute. Ram's coming on. Got man like Louis as well. We're going to share the link for you to phone in and have your say. I need to hear from you on that performance today. Watford fans, if you want to call in, feel free to as well. This is the Football Terrace highlight show for you to come on and take us through your biggest highlights of the game, what you felt, what you thought. Give us your reaction to what has gone on. But let's get this show past 1,000 likes, please, ladies and gentlemen. Give that a big, fat smash for us. Sonny's back on the show from next week, ladies and gentlemen. So he's back. He's taking a little bit of a break from socials, and he'll be back very soon. A lot of stick in the comments here towards the Chelsea fans. And so there should be a little bit of stick because the Premier League table's heating up. And I put a tweet out earlier, and I stand by what I said. What Liverpool have done today at 12:30 is amplified the pressure now. They've amplified the pressure on Man United that kick off in half an hour, on Chelsea that kick off at 5:30 today. Also in half an hour, Man City kick off against Burnley. Now, all those games are winnable, especially Chelsea and Man City's. But the pressure's now there because Liverpool have picked up them points. This is going to be one of the closest title races in the history of the Premier League, in my opinion. Every point, every game, every kick, every goal matters. We're going to go to these calls in a few moments' time. I reckon KJ shared the link because people have got the link and I ain't shared it yet. And I'm happy about that because I'm always too busy to do it myself. DT went on record last year saying that in a combined 11, Arsenal and Liverpool, he'd take Lacazette over Salah. People like him are all in the mud. Now, I didn't know that DT had said that. And next time I speak to him, I'll be giving man stick. Yes, I'm doing a call-in in a few moments' time. I'm going to share those links. We're going to go to the first caller of the day. We're going to go to Louis, of course, from Give Me Sport to have his say on the show today. Let's delve straight into it. Actually, we'll do Super Chat first because we might end up missing it. And it's Dinesh. Dinesh is a long-time supporter. It says, afternoon, Terry. Great win for Liverpool. What I seen Mo Salah and Sadio linking together and celebrating with each other. Of course they get on. Professionals just fall out every now and then. I argue with people I work with every day. It doesn't mean I dislike them. And then when we get success, we all celebrate. That's just called being adults. I don't think children often understand that. But there we go. Louis on the show with us now. Let's do this, people. Let's go. What a win. What a performance. Give me your thoughts, mate.
Yeah, brilliant win. Absolutely brilliant win. Looked good. Looked exceptional throughout the whole game. The front three linking all up together again. Bobby getting the goals. I've always said with the whole Ronaldo debate, when people like he only scores tap-ins, it's about being in the right position. That's what Firmino was, in the right positions at the right time. Mane causing havoc again, running at people. Salah just being absolutely incredible, doing what Salah does. And you know what? Almost his assist impressed me as much as his goal, because that assist is absolutely brilliant. And that is title-winning. That's a title-winning performance. That's a statement. I know a lot of people going into the game, Liverpool fans like to be negative, so a lot of people going into the game were saying new manager bounce and it's a 12:30 kickoff after an international break and we've got some midfield injuries. But no, that was just a very, very easy, comfortable performance. And yes, it was only Watford. It was only Watford. And Watford were horrific. They made the game very easy, but Liverpool made it very hard for them. We were brilliant across the pitch. And you know what? I love at 60 minutes, we can go, you know what? We'll take off the fullbacks. I like how we can do that. Well, we can go, all right, we can give him some rest. We'll give Robertson a bit of rest. We'll give Trent a bit of rest. He's coming back from an injury. Let's put on two fullbacks. So to have that ability to do that is really big. So for me, it's a huge win for Liverpool. And this is why the whole people saying our squad depth's a problem. It's not a problem. It really isn't a problem. We're probably without, in my opinion, our two best midfielders. And we were comfortable today. We were absolutely comfortable. So for me, there's no issue at all. 5-0 away from home. Great way to start the weekend. And then pressure on Chelsea, City and your lot United.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you as well on Mo Salah. I mean, he scores that goal again. And have you noticed like a shift on social media of Liverpool fans and rivals included that are now just sort of not out of nowhere praising him, but acting like, oh, this is something new?
It's a difficult one because I think he has improved his overall game. I really do. I think that it's not something new. He was doing this before, but maybe not week in, week out, multiple times in a game, getting goals and assists. I mean, last season, he got 5 Premier League assists. This year, he's on 4 already. So that creativity has increased. He got 10 and 11 around that number, and he's already on 4. So he's getting sort of already near half that, and we're sort of a quarter of the way through the season, if that. So I think this creativity is a new thing. And for me, listen, Salah is great and will always be great. And I think that, yes, I am seeing Liverpool fans and Man City fans and Chelsea fans, and maybe not Chelsea fans because the whole Hazard thing, but Man United fans like yourself starting to respect Salah more. And I think it's deserved, but it is also because he is putting in significantly better performances potentially than he was last season because of the injuries we were having, even though he was still exceptional last season. But this Mo Salah is just a different beast.
I hear you on that, mate. Listen, we'll put you backstage, get you on with the panel soon. Top man, Louis, thank you very much indeed. Francisco here says, check his chance created. Just because the others didn't finish doesn't mean he didn't create. James here says, Salah over Thierry Henry is what's being said there. I mean, listen, I've said it for a few weeks. He's tracking towards GOAT conversations. I'm not saying he is the GOAT, but conversations, debates. And that excites me because we will have a debate on the football terrace. There's no doubt about it. God here says Liverpool winning the first quad. Who beats us? Chelsea, nope. City, nope. Very confident there. Next on the show, Tom Little is here with me to have his say. What's on your mind, Tom?
What a game. What a team. What a performance. Especially, this had hallmarks of his potential slip up, a potential banana skin. Claudio Ranieri, first game as Watford manager. Last time he played Watford away, we lost 3-0, this, that and the other. And he went out there and absolutely stomped them. That's a title-winning team performing. Even with, we're missing the best defensive midfielder in the league, the best goalkeeper in the league, and we didn't miss a beat. That's promising, because a lot of the concerns where you're going to miss, once certain players start going, it'll all fall apart. Certain players stepped up there. I thought Naby Keita was great. I thought Tsimikas, when he came on, was great. But one player who didn't really get a lot of credit, Trent Alexander-Arnold today put on a passing masterclass for them 60 minutes he was on that pitch. Some of them passes I was seeing from were ridiculous. And that's where he's brilliant. Kelleher stepped in, brilliant save. Everyone put in a great performance today. And it's going into a tough week. We've got Atletico away, really tough game. Then we've got Hughes at Old Trafford. A tough week ahead. This is the perfect start to it.
It is, and do you know what's interesting about the talk of injuries and what may or may not have happened? I said this many times last year. You had the injuries, but Klopp didn't manage you right. You weren't playing well enough. You've had it. I'm not comparing the injury crisis to the same as last year, but you had negative performances before the injuries. You're just performing better. You have the players out and individuals coming into your team are stepping up. Barring Mo Salah, other attackers are finishing chances. The kind of goals that I've seen Mane grab, and Firmino got a hat-trick today. They were missing opportunities like that last year. We were talking about the conversion rate. Look at the conversion rate of Liverpool last season. It was awful from everybody barring Mo Salah. And you're finishing your dinner this year. If you're a team that creates lots of chances and you're scoring them, invariably you're going to win. Of course, having Virgil van Dijk back helps because you've got that extra strength and stability at the back. But when you've got a manager as good as Klopp and a squad as good as Liverpool's, 2, 3, 4 injuries, for me, it's like with Man United today. It's not an excuse to get beat by Leicester because Varane's missing and because Cavani's not here. Like, the squad is still good enough to win that game. Chelsea, if they've got a few players out, they're good enough to beat Brentford. Liverpool, your second team is good enough to beat Watford. Do you understand where I'm coming from? So it's good to see that. And, you've got the injuries, you're motoring on through. And you say they're title-winning form. I want to ask you this question. Are you starting to believe that you could regain that Premier League title this season? Are you starting to get those beliefs?
I've said it from day one. If certain players can stay fit, if we can just get that rub of the green that we had in 2019, we can do it. Because if you put all the best 11s against each other, ours is the best 11 in the league and arguably the world. That is a fact. It just works so well. It's just perfect in all positions.
Mate, I honestly, I hear where you're coming from, and it really could be. I think you're so much better than a lot of people predicted this year. Tom, top man for coming on and having your say, mate. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you very much indeed. Aaron here, my brother. He says, Salah, Mane, Bobby, all looking like a force again. Still laughing at those that said Mane is done out here. The team overall is playing very well. And do you know what? Them guys coming into form could help you win a Premier League. Equally, if Jurgen Klopp and FSG do want to refresh this squad, but they do need to sell someone big to finance a part of it, these guys coming back into form this season is perfect. Because if Mane had another year like last year, Firmino another season like the last campaign, it'd be harder to sell him or to maximize the money. So it could be win-win, a double-edged sword here for Liverpool Football Club. Next on the show, by the way, we've shared the link if you want to phone in and have your say. Next on with me, Rams back with us, ladies and gentlemen. Keep hitting that like button for us today. Support the Football Terrace as best you can. The only fan channel that gives everyone an opportunity to phone in and have their say. What is not to support? Rams here with us now. What are you saying, mate?
Yeah, what an absolute performance. From top to bottom, from Kelleher to Bobby Firmino, everyone was absolutely outstanding. Mo Salah doing what Mo Salah does. Firmino got his hat-trick, and what I like about this team is that there's certain changes within people's games. So I think Louis touched upon it with Mo Salah. One thing I want to say is Sadio Mane's game's changed as well. He's no longer that guy that just sits on the right wing and then gets the ball and tries to beat two man. He actually forces his defenders to move around. His movement's got so much better, and it'll only bode well for Liverpool. And like the others said, we didn't have Alisson and we didn't have Fabinho, but we were still very, very comfortable. Milner putting on a really, really good performance. I don't want to overhype us because I said it on the group chat, that Watford team, they don't look fit at all. Like I saw Danny Rose and Musa Sissoko with a belly. That's not good. That is not good. But we took our opportunity, and yeah, what an overall great performance from us.
Yeah, it really was. And I wanted to ask you about Mo Salah. I know he's stealing the headlines and everything else. I'll ask you about him in a minute. But obviously, Mane today reaches 100 goals. He really seems to have come alive again this season. You know, what do you think the difference is?
As like I said before, it's his game. His game has changed a little bit. Like his movement off the ball is much better. Like I said, he used to stay on the wing and ask for the ball and try to beat two man. When sometimes it can work, but most of the time it just doesn't work. So what I think he's done, he started to drift into the middle a lot more. Like what Mo Salah did in the last couple of seasons, and he's starting to get himself into good positions to get them easy goals. Like today, when he got that goal, it was easy moving from the wing to the center of the pitch. Is stuff like that just makes life so much easier for a striker, and it's only going to bode well for Liverpool at the end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's you know, Liverpool fans must be just absolutely sort of ecstatic now to see the team just purring again as you were a couple of years ago. And I think from a Premier League point of view, it makes things very exciting. And I do need to ask about Mo Salah because he just seems to get better and better and better and better. He's getting pretty much universal support now from rivals. Everybody's on the I feel like everybody's on the Mo Salah bandwagon a little bit. Is it something you're proud to see as a Liverpool fan, or is there an element of where have you guys been for the past 5 years?
It's a bit of both. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was one of those guys that sort of underplayed what Salah did. I'm going to be brutally honest. I think instead of talking about greatest Premier League ever player, I think he's in the conversation with Kenny Dalglish as our greatest ever player. He is touching Kenny Dalglish levels. Like I know when I speak to the elders, they talk about how amazing Dalglish was. Like he's comparable with best. He's on those levels. He is touching them levels, and I have to say it. What he's doing right now, it has to be spoken about. It has to be.
when you sort of say, like, I mean, what more does he need? Is it just more? Is it just keep performing like this and then adding more goals? What is it he needs to do?
I think it's just trophies now. I think what he needs to do, what Kenny did was that he won trophies in multiple trophies in a season. And I think if he wins a league and FA Cup double or league or Champions League double, he's well on that way. But he needs to do it consistently. He needs to win trophies consistently. That's the main thing.
Mate, listen, I think it's one of those things. I find that it's something to celebrate when a player comes along that fans start to look at as, you know, one of the greatest of an era, the greatest, you know, buying in the last 10 years, greatest Premier League, greatest ever. It's brilliant to have that because theoretically, not even theoretically, realistically, you want that in every generation. A player 2, 3, 4 that are competing to be your best ever left back, best ever goalie, best ever striker, because it means your team's winning and succeeding. If you go 50 years without anybody challenging your goats, you're not doing very well. You don't want that. You want people to challenge.
And he has that. Well, when I talk about with the elders about Kenny Dalglish, what they all say is that quite a lot of players dedicate their careers because of him. And Salah's in that conversation as well. I think the likes of Mane and Firmino, their careers have been heightened because of Mo Salah. And that's why he has the right to be in that conversation.
Yeah, I mean, he absolutely does. There's no doubt about it to be in that conversation. Ram, top man for coming on and having your say. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Man like Dean here says, finishing below Leicester, they said, is what Dean had to say here. Next on the show, I'm going to go to, or we're getting on next. I'm going to get Conroy on the show to have you say, what you saying, mate?
How you doing, mate? Good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, no, just kind of repeating what everyone else is saying. Solid, great performance. Made the 12:30 kickoff easy. I think we were brilliant, but I mean, Watford really, yeah, as I say, I won't get too carried away. I think Liverpool after the first 20 minutes realised that Watford, they weren't even pressing them at parts. There was so many spaces. And that's why I think Liverpool you see after half time, I think Klopp said just try and kill this game as early as we can. And that's what happened. It's quite strange as well. Salah gets man of the match deservedly. But how many times does a player who scores a hat-trick in a game not get man of the match? That's quite rare as well. So, yeah brilliant. He's outstanding.
No, it is. And you can't look beyond Mo Salah today. His overall performance was outstanding. And of course, Bobby Firmino gets his hat-trick. And I'm not playing it down. You know,
it was a Dirk Kuyt hat-trick, though. It was very much Dirk Kuyt against United, you know. 1 yard.
It's one of them things there. I'm not saying you don't celebrate people tapping goals in because the positioning and making sure you're in the right place at the right time to keep your composure is there. But I think the performance from Salah, from Mane today, I actually think, again, no one's mentioned it, but Trent Alexander-Arnold was out of this world today as well. I thought, especially going forward, I think it might have been offside, but it was a great defensive tackle made in the first half as well from him. So yeah, you guys are looking really good right now. And do you feel like you're set for this title run, fully immersed in it and not going to fall away early?
I think so, Terry. What I'd said before, though, is the one thing I had at the kind of summer, someone had said to me, I know my prediction was City and Liverpool second, but I did say that you're only going to have to play City or Chelsea twice. We've already played them once. We're going to have to play them again, Stamford Bridge and the Etihad. However, it's just about maintaining it and staying there and like winning like games today, professionally, just resoundingly winning. And by doing that, it's going to put the pressure on the other teams. And I feel like this weekend's going to be interesting to see how other teams react. But I do think today I was a little bit slightly worried, just because of how lacked our midfield was going into this game. Obviously, Jones got injured during the week as well. Thiago's out. So really we had Milner, Keita and Henderson, and they still professional enough to get the job done. So with that, it's kind of increased my confidence that we can get by throughout the season. And I think as long as we stay near there going into the last quarter, I think we can win it. We just need to stay there, and hopefully with injuries, etc., we get there. But I think today I'm really happy with that, because I don't usually like, promoted teams have to have kickoffs. But yeah, I was absolutely buzzing with the result.
Top man, Conroy, thanks for coming on and having your say. Really appreciate it, mate.
Cheers,
Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Next on the show, we're going to go to, Chris M is with us here. Chris is with us. What are you saying, Chris?
Yo, 7 goals, 4 assists, 8 games. Like, who is it? It's Mo Salah, bruv. Mo Salah running down that fucking wing. Nah, this guy has been sensational this season, man. I don't know what else to say. Like, I feel like, you know, when you're saying that people haven't been giving him the credit he deserves throughout the years, I feel like it's because, like everyone has been saying, his overall game has improved. Sometimes he got a goal and he barely did anything for the game. That's why me personally, I preferred Sadio Mane, because I thought this guy done the overall package. But I said once Mo Salah does that, the Sadio Mane role where he has the work ethic, he's helping the creativity, he's scoring the goals like he scores, he will be the complete player. And that's what we've been witnessing this season. He has become the most mature, complete player. I think last season did him good, because he realized, oh, no one's doing it. I have to be the one to take the load off this team and be the front man like everyone thinks I am. And he's just done that, and he's continued that this season. It's just, he's been sensational. I don't know what else to say, man.
Yeah, I think for me, like I'm biased with my opinion on it because I've always seen this from Mo Salah, and yes, he's got better, but that's because he's in the middle of his pomp. 27 to 32, 33. Those 5 to 6 years are stereotypically the peak years for most football players, and he's in the middle of it now. But what's helped Mo Salah this season is that other people around him are also producing. One, it means it gives him a little bit more space because you can't just take care of Mo Salah. And when it comes to those passes, so the goal Mane scored today, last season, I really feel like Mane would have took that first time and it would have gone wide. Then from a stats point of view, when you're looking at Mo Salah, it would have been one less assist potentially. So I think that's what's really helped him, is that others have stepped up. So you're seeing brilliance from Salah, coupled with these numbers being excellent. And the numbers are increased because others around him have also improved, and it's great to see him getting the recognition that he does. And he's in that kind of form. But the reason Liverpool are purring this year is because it isn't just Salah and Trent that are doing it. You've got Salah, Trent, Mane, Firmino. Looks everyone. Good. Every player that's come into your midfield so far this season is putting in solid performances as well. It's really, really good. And how are you feeling in terms of favorites for the title, etc.? Are you growing in confidence? Are you still being reserved? Where's your head at, Chris?
Yeah, well, coming into this season, I always said it's going to be us and City. Whoever finishes above City wins the league. I always felt like we can win the league, but it depends about who stays fit and that. And I feel like I still feel the same way. I'm gassed about this performance, but I feel like the difference for us, why I'm a bit more confident, is because I didn't expect Mo Salah to, like I said, I didn't expect Mo Salah to be like this season. It's happening every week. Like, he's doing something sensational. When he gets on the ball, everyone's thinking, what's Mo Salah going to do? Is he going to create? Is he going to score? What's he going to do? And that there's rarely a player when you look at them and you have that inevitability about them. And Mo Salah's always had that. Don't get me wrong, he's always had that, but he's just sensational, man. I feel like he will be that difference this season, whether or not we win this league. And of course, like you said, everyone else contributing, which they have done. So yeah, I'm confident, man. What else can I say?
I bet you are, bro. Chris, great call. Thanks for coming on, mate.
Yeah, no worries,
your
man.
say. Really appreciate it. Top man. Thank you very much indeed. Next on the show, I want to pronounce his name right, Thang, Tang, I think it might be. LFC is coming on the show. I may have said it slightly wrong. He'll inform me. How you doing, buddy? How are you?
Hey, good, Terry. Thanks for having me. So many positives today on the Liverpool performance. I think it would be foolish of FSG not to give Salah a new contract, given what he's done. And especially right now, I think this is like the only time when Liverpool fan can, say in like the last 20, 25 years that you might have the best player in the world in your team right now. So absolutely brilliant performance. What makes me slightly worried about the landscape of the season is we've been blessed with the performance of Salah and Mane, and today we see Keita put in somewhat of a decent performance, so he's definitely a good option on the bench. They will be missing 3 to 4 games, coming January because of the African Cup of Nations. So that may or may not play like a big factor into the season, because it might spoil our title performance. We never historically perform well in January under Klopp, and we all know what happened in the season when we have 97 points. Like that was the time frame when we dropped the most points, and we would go into that time frame this season without arguably our best 2 strikers and one option in the midfield. So we played this season, a few games. We played, one game without Van Dijk against AC Milan in the Champions League. We held up well. We played without Alisson today, and we didn't miss him at all. So, we've been tested without Alisson and Van Dijk somewhat, but I'll be very worried about like January coming for Liverpool, given that the fixture doesn't look that bad. I think we'll be playing like Brentford, Crystal Palace, and Burnley. But still, for those kind of games, it'll be really good if we have all options, on the front.
Yeah, and I think maybe, as you say, going for someone in January, bolstering the squad, giving the team something additional will really help.
Correct. Yeah,
but,
except with Klopp, right? Sorry to interrupt. Except
okay,
with Klopp,
fine,
he always takes time to like blend in players. He rarely like play them right away unless he really have to, or unless they are they are like an absolute quality like Van Dijk or Salah, for example. So I'm not sure like how much addition we're gonna add in January. And Klopp has always been like philosophical about like not buying players for like only a short period of time. Like with the exception of last season when he brought in like Ben Davies and Lorin Kabak, which none of them actually stay at Liverpool anymore. So I think we'll have a good run till January. I think we'll play Chelsea in the new year. That will be the last game where we have like the full starting 11, hopefully without any injuries. It'll be interesting coming in January, and I think that will be like the real test, for Liverpool. And I think if we come, out of January on, still in the top two, we'll be in the title race.
Yep. Hear you, mate. Absolutely hear you. Top man, thanks for coming on. First time you've called in as well. Really good call. Top man, definitely do it again, my bro. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Next on the show, we're going to have Rack. Rack's back with us today. What's on your mind, Rack?
Hey, Tel. Yeah, I'm good, man. Great result today. Really happy. Interesting thing about, I think, the way we're playing right now and Salah's form as well is the year we won the league, we were playing well, but we didn't have... Salah wasn't at the best. I think the best we've seen him is this season, and obviously goal scoring wise 17, 18. Yeah. Now it looks like we've got a combination of the two, and I think that should worry people because, he's in deadly form. Give him half a chance, he'll score. He'll also create, as he's proving. I think we've got, just as a team, I think we've got 3 of the top 5 goal scorers this season so far. And even Jota's, we've got 4 of the top 9 if you include Jota. So that's an impressive start. But yeah, Mane's contributing as well. The team is really coming together, and I think it's a bit early to say I feel vindicated because there's still plenty of the season to go. But myself, along with other Liverpool fans, we did say that look, give us a full strength team, and we'll be up there. We'll be challenging. I said, look, if we don't win the league, then it's going to be a failure. And don't get me wrong, that's not undervaluing City and not undervaluing Chelsea. I just think we're capable of doing it. Whether we will or not, time will tell. But yeah, great start to the season, and what a performance today.
Yeah, mate, listen, as you say, it's only time will tell. What's impressive, the way Liverpool have played, again, it's impressive. I'm not shocked in the sense of, I said if your team is fully strength, you could win the league. You could challenge. The question does still remain around strength in depth. The one question we get an answer to is what happens when there's injuries in rotation because you're performing, which I feel slightly vindicated on last year when I said I felt too much weight was put on injuries and not enough. Well, if you'd have picked your proper backline earlier, like you did for the last 10, 15 games, as an example, maybe you'd have won an extra 10, 15 points in the season and you would have been well secure in the top 4 and the problems wouldn't have looked the way they did. I thought there were some players out of form last year. I think some poor managerial decisions, which I thought were just masked by the injuries. The injuries were a big part, but I thought they were masked. This year, it's the team is playing better. You've got less injuries, which of course helps. But at the same time, Klopp's, like all top managers, have to... The reason they're top managers is because they get the big decisions right more often than not. And he's getting it right this year. Who he's picking to come in, when he's rotating, who he's playing. He's getting those decisions right. And that's really important. And, we all know how good Jurgen Klopp is as a manager. He's one of the very best in the world. And the one thing, if I take my head out of being a Man United fan for a moment and look at this purely as a content creator, as someone who commentates now and speaks to people about football, Liverpool being good, Chelsea being good, City being good is great because it means every game is more exciting. The one thing about the season where you guys run away with the league, it was boring from a title race.
There's no tension.
Yeah, exactly. And you need the tension for it to mean a little bit more. Liverpool fans can celebrate and you can go, wow, look at them. But there isn't, it's almost like Liverpool games almost became just, they were like ring fence from the rest of the league, if that makes sense. So I'm really enjoying it for that reason, mate. I am. Rack, great call as ever. I really appreciate you coming on, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Sal. Speak to you soon, mate.
Cheers. Ro here with the super chat says, Salah is greater than Steven Gerrard for Liverpool. He is underrated. He is the best Liverpool player I have ever seen, is what Ro believes. Ro also super chatted again. I want to find it. Here it is. He says, people say Van Dijk won them the league. Look at the Champions League final when Salah was injured. They lost and he was back and they won the title. Salah is the best player for Liverpool. Look, I think he is Liverpool's best player, but it's a team sport and everybody is needed. Everybody is needed. I don't believe in this one person drives a team over the line. I believe the media and the fan bases of clubs pick a player or two and they hold them up as their leader, their poster boy, and they get the majority of the plaudits. But Mo Salah needs that defensive line in shape. He needs the goalkeeper playing well. He needs Trent in form. He needs the midfield shielding, protecting, and doing the legwork. He needs his fellow strikers and attackers to finish chances. That's team sport. That's what happens. We're going to do another call here. We're going to go to, I can't pronounce the first name right. You have to let me know. Milankovic, I think is his surname. If I said it wrong, sir, I'm very sorry. Welcome to the terrace. What are you saying, bro? How do I say your name?
Just call me Vil, mate.
Vil. There we go. That's easy. That's easy. Go for it. Mate. Vil, how you doing, mate?
Mate, thank you for having me on, first of all. But Salah, he absolutely killed it. But you can't shine away from the full team performance, first of all. I think that Van Dijk, he played amazing. But I'm a Chelsea fan personally. But like, it kills me inside seeing what Salah does. He just hurts. He just hurts. He just hurts, and like, I'm watching the goal rush. I'm from Australia, so he's just like he kills me inside to see what Salah does. But...
Mate, listen, do you know what it is? I've learned as I've got older to, when you see a player that's just inevitable, brilliant, goat level settings, he hasn't made it yet, but there, it's easier just to accept and embrace what he is. And therefore, you can almost enjoy it a little bit. If I went into every game hoping he didn't play well, it's just going to consume me and make me angry. If you get where I'm coming from, it's one of those things. It's just, honestly, it feels like a weight. Years ago when I started doing that, it took a big weight off my shoulders. You know, I want Liverpool to lose every game. Of course I do. I'm a Manchester United fan. But when they play well, just save yourself the heartache and say, well done, you were excellent today. It feels really good. It really, really does.
100%.
Who do you look at right now as title contenders? Who is it in your mind?
Mate, I say Chelsea. I'm same as Daniel. Like I look at Chelsea. We should be winning the league, but this is in the last 5 years, I've never seen a league where, mate, I'm biting my fingernails every single game because I want United playing right now. I want United to lose. Are they going to lose? Yeah. Shouldn't. They shouldn't. The team that they have, they shouldn't. Vardy's playing amazing. Leicester's playing shit. Do you know what I mean? Vardy, I can see this game going 2-1, United, Vardy scoring a goal. But
well, mate, let's see what happens. I appreciate your call, mate, and coming on and having your say. Top man indeed. I know I've got no worries, mate. I know I've got loads more callers backstage. We're live again after Leicester versus Man United. We're live after Brentford versus Chelsea. We do need your support on the terrace at the moment. We are being targeted by a number of... One of them is a very big YouTuber. I've been sent a screenshot from a Discord server asking his followers to go and dislike all of our videos. Very embarrassing from his point of view. But we just need your support as as people that watch the terrace. Hit that like button for us. Share the stream on your social media platforms as well. Tavern here says, why is Salah in the title? Firmino, 3 goals and assists. You have a fetish with Salah, Terry. Weird to see. It's not really. Mohamed Salah just scored another one of the best goals of the season. He put in one of the best performances of the season away from home. He was scintillating today, and he scored an amazing goal. Firmino, brilliant with his hat-trick. Mane, excellent. I called out Trent in the stream as well, my friend. It isn't a fetish, but there's only so many characters we can use. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, a massive thank you to each and every single one of you. Smash that like and share button before you leave. Until next time, take care. Goodbye.